Hi, my name is Harry Tulik. I'm from Toksook Bay, Alaska. I work for the Narcotic Tribe as Transportation Director. Our way of getting to hospitals, bypass mail for stores, travel to villages by plane, and the weather is always bad, and sometimes our airstrips are bad sometimes because of the runway situation and crosswinds. The hubs are too far for most of the villages to go to the hospital. And the question now is, how do we improve the freight and transportation to our communities?
Great question, and another one that I've been very focused on. First of all, bypass mail and our essential air service. I sit on the Commerce Committee, and I've been a champion of those, not just continuing the status quo, but increasing funding for those critically important services that I will always defend as your U.S. Senator. Second, I talked about infrastructure a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit more, I think, in a bit on some of the issues that I care deeply about, like water and sewer funding. But again, we need more infrastructure, and particularly as it relates to our aviation sector. So I just held this week a summit with our aviation experts and the head of the Federal Aviation Administration. And the whole focus of this summit, so this is the top federal official and his team, was Alaska aviation safety and aviation infrastructure. So to your really good question, we need that more because we don't have the roads. Our communities need the vital air service, the runways, the grading that you talk about. So we have been increasing our airport infrastructure and also, very importantly, streamlining the ability to build these kind of infrastructure, necessary infrastructure elements of our aviation sector, while adding different elements of infrastructure that increase safety. The permitting process also is something that's very important. You can have money to build a road, to build a runway, but if it takes the federal government 5 years to permit it, it's wasted money. So here's what I've been focused on: much more streamlined permitting from these federal agencies. We get the money out the door, then they should help us move forward, not be a roadblock. So these are some of the key issues that I think are critical, but as we increase aviation infrastructure in rural Alaska, it needs to be focused on safety, and it needs to be focused on, when we have the resources, to get them out the door and start building, not have a permitting system in the federal government that takes 5 or 6 years to permit a project. We're making progress on that, but we got a long way to go.